That's a sick shirt. Is that you?
This is I believe it was the D line that came up with this. So it's pretty good. They call themselves the dark side. So hey, sometimes you got to support everybody. Offense was upset with me, but it's a good thing about being the head coach. Yes. Yeah, Cooper's just continually going through some stuff with just making sure he's good, and then Moody, we're just evaluating his knee.
6 practices this week. How would you evaluate just what you think you guys got out of this long week?
I think we got a bunch out. That this is, like you said, it's the longest one, the most practices. Starting off with the back-to-back days, watching them be professionals on those recovery days. And, for me to be able to continue to do that, you got to have a really good practice that next day when you go pads. And I think that it's just there's a ton of efficiency. I mean, I plan a certain amount of time for plays, and I mean they are smoking right through them, which I appreciate. We get out a little bit earlier, but they're doing everything we're asking, and they're competing, and that's all you want.
Coach, the offense is stacking days now. How important is that to see?
Oh, I mean, it goes with everybody. I mean, it's just as us as a team. You want to see good things on both sides of the ball. You don't want one side just to get after one or the other. And I think, again, it's continually evenly matched. The defense is really good, and the offense is starting to understand, what we're doing. We just finished our installs up, so now everything we're just no new stuff. So they just get to go out there and play football.
Had the first decent tussle of camp.
Yeah, that happens. No, that happens.
And then
nothing you can. I've been around football a long time, and hey, can't hide that.
And the way you handle it, you brought them together.
No, just kick those guys off the field, and in the end, that's what happens in a game. In a game, if something like that happens, somebody's out potentially for the whole game, and it hurts the team. I mean, in the end, we talk about the team. It's all about the team, and I know that it's a heated battle out there, but it's all about controlled aggression. And no matter what happens, you can't throw a punch. You can't do anything like that. That's not what we want. That's not what we coach. And going in there, those guys, and after that, we kind of talked, cleared the air, made sure they were all good, and they were able to come back onto the field.
Do you feel like offense or defense is more ahead at this time as you get ready for your first preseason?
I'd say defense probably right now. I mean, I'm kind of hard on the offense from my standpoint, but the defense, I think because of the carryover from last year, I think those guys all playing together, being around each other longer, I think that's really helped them. I mean, it's a really established unit, veteran unit that has played really good football in the past. And for us, we're just doing everything we can to make plays and continually learn. And we're throwing young guys in there with the ones, which is really great to see. And, just every day just trying to get better.
Hey, one of those young guys was Luke Wartenberg for a series. Is that just about wanting him to kind of get in there and experience that? Or was
Without a doubt. I mean, you're only going to find out, how those young guys are if they're thrown in there. How does it feel when all of a sudden Russell Wilson is taking the snap from you? So these are things that we have to get through that. We got to work through that. Those guys got to get on the same page, and so if we do need him, he's ready to rock.
Russell Wilson leads with positivity. Like, it seems like he's relentlessly positive. How does that translate as you see it from your view, as you're going through 11-on-11s? I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback that positive. I've seen other players, not necessarily a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it is very unique from the standpoint of his positivity, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, also because I think, if or whenever he gets mad, I think we're going to know it. But between the two of us, the amount of positivity that is surging through the building and on the field is a pretty great environment.
Do you start game planning for Dallas or?
Yeah, we'll probably look at them. We'll try to get the coaches out of here, let them see their families a little bit tonight, and then tomorrow when we meet, we'll go through some stuff and probably take a peek at them. I think a couple of our coaches have already played them, so they kind of have an idea, but we definitely don't want to go in blind. But we'll look at a couple basic things.
Have you decided yet whether you'll play starters or how many?
Not yet. I mean, I think every player is a little bit different. Every situation is a little bit different. In the end, winning a preseason is always hard on a coach because you win one, you feel great, but it means nothing. You lose one, and you feel like crap. I mean, that's just how it is. So I think that, as a coach looking at the full picture, I want to do what's right for the team. That's all that I care about. And what happens on the field, we just want to get great evaluations on whoever's out there.
You guys more for the coach? Dad was out here today.
He was.
You guys going in afterwards? He's breaking down how you're coaching.
I'm a little nervous. I don't know, because anytime there's certain things that we do, and a lot of the plays that we do that I've gotten from him over time, from all the way back in the '80s, I'm always a little nervous when we have those scripted when he's around because he's always going to have something to say. But no, we'll definitely talk tonight at some point. But we got to get the meetings ready and stuff.
Would the starters thing be case by case? Because sometimes we just see don't play starters across the board. Would yours be case by case, or how would you characterize?
I think right now it's totally open. We haven't really made that decision. It's one of those things. We still a week away. We got 2 more. The way I look at it is we got 2 more practices. Want to get a great practice in versus Dallas. And then we'll go from there.
You did some more 2-minute there at the end of practice. How critical is being successful there on both sides of the ball to have a good
Man,
regular
I mean, 2 minute is everything. I mean, you go back to all football games, and there's something in that, the end of the first half or the second half, that really decides the game. And we don't, as you guys know, we don't do a ton of 7-on-7. So I love that also because that's really where the everybody knows it's a pass and you get to go and play situations and work it out. We had some great conversations over there for some things that happened. But I think that it's unbelievably critical because a lot of the time the quarterback is usually the most focused in, but the more you can get everybody else understanding the situation, how it changes down, I mean, you just can't do it enough. I mean, over and over, whether walking through, whether we're going full speed. But I always think it's also a little bit of good conditioning, and it's fun. The guys get to compete, so we'll try to do a lot of that.
Drayton is a guy that made the team after voluntary mini camp back in the spring. What do you like about what he does? Obviously, that's an experience.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job. I think he's a really smart guy, and he's been able to come out there, and we've been able to throw him in all kinds of different spots, and he's making plays. I mean, he had a play a couple days ago. I think he had another one today in the end zone. So I think, just him being able to come in and be able to fit, and he's taking advantage of that opportunity because whenever guys go down or guys need a break or anything like that, he's able to fit right in there. He knows everything, and we're confident when he's in there.
Last one, Andrew. It seems like Jerry is getting a lot of separation on his routes out there. What are you seeing from him? And what do you want to see for him to reach his ceiling?
Yeah, with Jerry, he's such a natural route runner, and when somebody's on him, he has the ability to move second-level defenders, find the sweet spots. He's a really smart spatial player. And then you'll start throwing this brand new scheme at him, and you don't want to hold him back from that. So I think now, because we're done with the install, we're moving on. Now we're just reviewing. I think you're now seeing him play football with Russ and Cortland and all those guys. So now he's able to take his skill set and put it within the offense, and I think you're seeing a lot of that. The one that he ran early was a brilliant route on how he did it, how he faked it. It wasn't even really the route. It was just kind of how he made it look, which was great to see.